Good evening and welcome to our feature interview segment. Tonight we're joined by Heather Alimossy. You're from Jacksonville, and you have been, for the last 5 years, raising awareness about Huntington's disease.
Yes, I have.
Because 2 of your family members have it. Tell us what Huntington's disease is.
It's a degenerative neuromuscular disease, and at first it starts affecting the brain, and you have like dance-like movements, which are like big like chorea movements, because it used to be called Huntington's chorea because of the, the big jerking movements. And then it starts to deteriorate your brain, and you start losing like different motor functions and stuff like that.
And about 5 years ago, you actually climbed Mount Kilimanjaro in order to raise awareness for Huntington's disease. What was that experience like?
It was definitely surreal. I was like, first of all, just the fact that I had the opportunity to climb Mount Kilimanjaro for Huntington's disease. First of all, I was just blown away by that. And secondly, it was like took 5 days up and 3 days down. And every day I was just trudging along being like, man, this is amazing. I can't believe I'm in Africa, first of all, experiencing a climb for Huntington's disease. And but the day of summit, actually, I started to get sick from altitude sickness, and I was just like not feeling good. And I'm just like, I don't know if I can make it to the top right now. Like, I have no idea if I can make it. And I threw up, and I wasn't feeling good. And then I started to think, like, what am I doing this for? I'm doing this for Huntington's disease, so I have to make it to the top. So I stuck in some headphones and started rocking out to some music, and I made it to the top. And I got to the top, and I was just like, I screamed. I just screamed my lungs out, because I'm like, I can't believe I did it. It was, like, so surreal for me.
That is absolutely incredible. And why do you feel like it's so important for people to know about Huntington's disease?
I feel like it's important because no one knows about it. Like, you ask anyone on the street, and most people are like, Huntington's disease, what is that? I have no idea what that is. And that's the point of me doing all this right now, is to like raise awareness so people are more willing to donate money for Huntington's, like research and stuff like that.
And actually, your climb is going to be featured in a documentary that's going to come to the Varsity Theater in Ashland.
Yes.
When we come back, we'll hear more from Heather about that documentary and about her trip up Mount Kilimanjaro. We'll be right back. Welcome back to our 5 on 5 feature interview segment. Tonight we're joined by Heather Alimossy, who actually has 2 members of her family with Huntington's disease, and she climbed Mount Kilimanjaro in order to raise awareness about this disease. All of this is going to be documented in a documentary that's coming to Ashland. Tell us a little bit about that documentary.
It has me and 6 other people in it, and it's just showing everyday people who are affected by Huntington's disease that they're just like normal people out there. And it definitely has some like uplifting points to it, because it's people. One of them is actually a researcher, and so it has some uplifting things. But there's also some sad points, because one of the subject members has like she married a man who has it, and she has children who had it, and a couple of them, one of them died from it. And so like, but it is uplifting because it just shows that normal people are affected by Huntington's, living their lives.
How are you affected by it? I mean, your mom and your brother have it. You said your mom can't even talk. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, because the documentary was done 6 years ago, so she was a lot more verbal when the documentary was done. But now she can't really give me facial expressions. She just kind of like looks off in like the distance at me and like doesn't smile at me anymore. And it's really hard for me to go see her, because it's like, because this is me in the future. This is what I'm going to be, unless there's like some research done or some drug trials done out there. So, and my brother has it too. So.
Wow, and what point of the disease is he at? How's he doing?
He's early to middle stages right now, and he's transferring between like walker and wheelchair right now. So. Okay,
that's tough. What do you hope people get out of this documentary if they go see it?
I hope people see that everyday people are affected by Huntington's, and to really like see what like Huntington's is and like how people are affected by it. Because it touches on different aspects of it, because one of them is like a lady who's being tested for Huntington's to see if she has it or not, and like that's an intense process that anyone who has to deal with Huntington's like has to go through, and like it was very tough to do that.
And if somebody wants to go see this movie, when's it playing and where?
It's playing at the Ashland Varsity Theater on November 26th, the Tuesday at 7 p.m.
What's it called?
It's called Alive and Well.
All right, very cool. Heather Alimossy is featured in Alive and Well, which is coming to the Varsity Theater. She climbed Mount Kilimanjaro to raise awareness for Huntington's disease. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and talking to us about your life and your story.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.